After the interview granted by Channel Television to Ned Nwoko's brothers, people are beginning to ask some questions as regards Ned Nwoko's family. Why is he bearing the name Nwoko if the mother is a princess to the family? Is she married? Who is her husband? And why is the son demanding for land in her own village? Hi guys, you're watching Mchikky series. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for your support. I quite appreciate that. And if you are new to this channel, thank you for clicking on this video. Make yourself comfortable as we get right into the gist. So Ned Nwoko has been trending all over social media for weeks now after he granted an interview with BBC. Initially, he granted an interview with Punch where he talked about marrying virgins. And this interview generated lots of comments and reactions all over social media. And among those people who gave their submission is this international journalist known as Azuka Jebose, who advised Regina to pick the baby and leave Ned, saying that the man that married all his wife virgins, there's a reason he has done that, suggesting that Ned is fetish and a cultist, allegedly. So Ned in return sued the journalist for 2 billion naira, saying that he has defamed his character. So this guy has a page on Facebook where he writes everything. I think it's from that Aniocha North local government, because he has a lot of things that he wrote there concerning Idumuje Ugboko problem, the land grabbing and intimidation that is going on in their community. He wrote a whole bunch of stuff, including how the justice system is corrupt in Nigeria and how rich men are manipulating the system to their own advantage. He also went further to talk about Nwoko's family. That's the one that really got my attention. He said that Ned Nwoko is not from Idumuje Ugboko, that his father was from Ukunzu. Wherever that place is, I don't have idea.
His mother is a princess of the Nwokos. His mother, Ned's mother, the Honorable Ned Nwoko's mother, is a princess from the royal family. So we are related.
Then he went further to say that this man on the screen is Ned Nwoko's uncle, that he was the one that actually brought him up, that the man, his name is Chief Martin Nwoko. He died at age 92 and he had an outstanding arrest warrant for murder and terrorism. It was Ned Nwoko, his stepson, that allegedly initiated the arrest warrant. So he went further to say that Ned allegedly asked Edo State Police Command to invite his stepdad for interrogations after warrants had been issued. Then he gave the life history of Ned Nwoko, how the mother gave birth to him and stuff like that. And he went like this. He said in 1959, a single mother named Comfort, one of the daughters of Nwoko family, allegedly had a casual moonlight affair with a local teacher at Idumuje Ugboko. Those affairs got her pregnant. By 1960, she had a baby boy named Ned Nwoko. Back then, the tradition frowned at single parenthood. So in order to save her family from the embarrassment of having a child outside of the wedlock, she pleaded with her older brother, Chief Martin Nwoko, to adopt his nephew and raised him so that he would have the best life while she navigated a better future for herself. And Nwoko immediately adopted his nephew, which is Ned, and through the years blessed him with everything a father could give a son. Ned Nwoko got admission to the university and left home for college. Let us fast forward to here and now. Somehow Ned Nwoko become a millionaire, and like Fela and Nicola Bokuti sang. Now since then trouble started. He turned his desire for land grabbing at Idumuje Ugboko into vicious and perhaps deadly conquest, willing to drag anyone who stood in his way to prison without due process. His stepfather would not support his silly adventures. Nwoko was also a prince, and he considered Ned's selfish war on the land as an abomination. Ned, through his affluence, enticed the already corrupt justice system. He will use the justice ministry, the Delta and the Edo State Police to arrest and jail innocent Idumuje Ugboko men. Warrants for arrest were allegedly flying out from this police department on behalf of Ned Nwoko, and innocent people were being charged with most heinous crime of murder and terror, as he allegedly destroyed farmlands and plantations. He dubiously and wickedly used his power and privileged wealth to charge his own father, a man who gave him shelter, nurtured, love, gave him an education, embraced him as a child, and provided him with a stable home for growth and excellence as a child, with the most reprehensible crime on earth, murder and terror charges. So on July 2017, Ned Nwoko got the Edo State Deputy Commissioner of Police, DCP Abdulkadir Regina FSI, from the Department Zone 5 Headquarters, Benin City, to invite his stepdad, Nwoko, to East Station for an interview after arrest warrants have been issued. This is really quite sad and heartbreaking. If actually this story is the way this guy wrote it, if it played out like this, it's really not so nice, because I can't see the reason why somebody will give you shelter and protect you. Then when you are okay, you've made it in life, you turn around to start fighting those people. This is really not nice. Anyway, based on the post put up by these journalists, it was very clear that there were other elders. They were dragged alongside Pamati Nwoko in 2017, because that was when the arrest happened, and he was 92 years old. As at that time, he eventually passed on without clearing the charges. You have Obiajulu Nwoko, who was 87 years old, and Frederick Ejimofu Nwoko, who was 75 years old. And these people bear the same surname. They were not able to resolve this problem internally, and they were dragged to police station, yet the charges are still hanging around their neck. The elders believe that it was the Nwoko who masterminded their arrest, allegedly, despite not being in the village with them, because they have already talked about him leaving a list, open-ended list in the station whereby they can arrest anybody. But during the protest, a man came up and spoke openly, saying that people keep accusing Ned Nwoko of arresting them. Meanwhile, he doesn't stay in the village. But the truth is that somebody must have given police the names, the list, and that's the reason why they asked. They can't just come to your house and pick you like that. But the thing is that with all these allegations leveled on Ned Nwoko's head, he has never for once granted any interview to be able to clear the air. Rather, he keeps sending people, like the interview I watched on channels where they were talking about him. Those men, they were trying to evade some questions they asked them as regards land that they gave, purpose of the land, what they were supposed to build on the land, whether they were able to execute the project they agreed with the community, but they were trying to evade it. They were going up and down.
Now, the 33 hectares that he got the first, what was the purpose?
I've told you, I said for agricultural related projects.
Okay.
Including, but not limited to a dairy farm.
Okay, so today is the agric concern standing on those 33 hectares?
Exactly.
So in other words, there is no dairy farm there today?
There is a dairy farm, there is a zoo, there is a zoo, there is a fishery, a fish pond, a commercial fish pond.
As a matter of fact,
the Obi, we hear he is in hiding, as opposed to...
Is that you don't have an Obi?
let me correct an impression. That has been making around. On February 6, 2017, and that's the genesis of the violence, the Obi of Idumuje Ugboko passed on.
Yep.
When he passed on, people were not informed. The traditional rites that were supposed to be done weren't done. That same night, his first son, Prince Chukwunonso Justin Nwoko, proclaimed himself the king. When we're later told that he brought one old man and said he's the oldest man in town, that put him on what we call Isumikenuku. But that's not the tradition.
Then there's another interview that during the protest that the women conducted in Delta State, where they were talking about the chief. They didn't start initially to talk about the main problem, but they jumped to start talking about their chief, that their chief is not good because the chief's father passed on, and according to Ned Nwoko, it was the one that gave him the land. But these people are saying that all those papers are fake. So now, the people that we are trying to defend him during that protest, they were talking about how bad the king is. They were not really talking about the main issue on the ground that has to deal with the land. So guys, I will let you guys listen to these people.
We are here to protest that we want justice and we want peace to prevail in our community. Because in a community where there is a bad leader, the people does not move forward. Where we came is because we want development in our community, and this our so-called crown prince protested against it, and many houses were destroyed.
My name is Nwoko. So the reason why we came here, most of the time, most time we call peace to reign. they disagree. After attending the meeting, they disagree. So all they need is the staff of office, which we don't want that. Because as soon as she grabbed the staff of office, many people will be intimidated, and we don't want it.
So these ones you just watched are the ones in support of Ned Nwoko. They were the ones who mounted a counter protest the day Delta people were protesting against Ned Nwoko, and they believe that under no account should they give their chief, that's their OB, the staff of office. So this journalist went further to talk about how corrupt Nigerian justice system is, and he also mentioned Ned Nwoko's powerful protectors, including Nigerian Attorney General Abubakar Malami allegedly, and he said he's the weight behind him, he's the one that is shielding him from justice. And the bone of contention, the main problem is land. That's the main cost of this problem. So I don't know why rich men, when they have money, instead of them to use their money and buy land, they still want to go to village and start struggling for community land with poor people. I don't even get it. In the first place, if he really wants to establish a university or build a university for these people, can as well buy a land and do it for them as part of his contribution to development. Not necessarily mean that they must give him land, even if they agreed that they will give him land initially. But now, if he thinks that he's rich enough, he can buy a plot of land and build it. It doesn't remove anything, because all this problem boils down to land issue. This land is where they will bury the person when the person dies 6 feet, and this same land is what people are fighting for. So I don't know, this land can kill, so let him just have a rethink. Probably he'll find a way to buy a land himself and build whatever he wants to build and leave these people alone. If you have anything to say, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about all these problems in Idumuje Ugboko, how they have been intimidating them, locking them up allegedly. So guys, I'm gonna sign off here. Stay healthy and safe. Remember to share this video with family and friends if you love it, and subscribe to this channel if you've not done already. And I'm gonna catch you guys in my next video. Bye and remain blessed.